chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25.
Tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Back to throw. It's Levin. Fires to the tight end. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with the first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Offense changing the play. They'll try the toss to the left. And they'll bring them down after a short pickup.
Well, this is a running back that gets stronger as the game goes on, and they try to get him going early on a toss play, Reese.
And if you start stretching the defense sideways, sometimes a little vulnerable in the middle later in the game.
Yeah, and that might open an opportunity for a play action. Maybe fake the toss and see if you can get a tight end or a slot receiver down the middle of the field.
Give to Brown. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Even if they don't convert, picking up a few would give them a decision to make on fourth down. It's 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
Love the effort of the defense that time. That looked like that was going to be a completion downfield, but the physicality of the defender jarred the ball loose.
The field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield. It's Beck. Throwing right. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Now across the 50 at the 48-yard line. They'll have it 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. Using his legs. It's Hansen. He is delivering the blow while running the ball, and he gets it to the 39.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Cyclones can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Give to the running back. Drag down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And on second down, a lot of times, I don't know why, you just, as a defense, you go pass. You get passing situations, passing downs. they had to throw the football.
The Cyclones are on the move. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there. Giving up some size and still making the play.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Backed up now. Here's second and long. On the option. He'll toss it. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Always got some space.
And it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy. He makes a big play. Yes, please.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Quickly out to the tight end. Good ball, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Handoff to the lone back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFO.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back. Rushes on him. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks. And they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I'll tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Wants to throw on 3rd down.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make a play. You've got to put the ball in his spot. After it gets away a little bit from the QB, and that misses the tip of the interception.
Iowa State sending the offense back out. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. The give to the back. Finding an escape route.
Well, it's plays like that that help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Cyclones with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Leaves it with the back. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wide
That's why they got 6 on that play.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the ground with the back. Creates a little space. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hopefully that's not going to affect the quarterback's confidence going back to this guy later. That was a catch he should have made. He dropped it. Let's see what the QB does moving forward.
And the Sun Devils come to the line needing just inches for the first down. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. Able to work it to the 49-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Sun Devils will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's thrown to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
So now it's 2nd and long. To the air, it's Levin. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Good game on return, and his defense has set him up for the big play.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you throw the pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Here we go. Motion from the wide receiver. Quick pass on the jet motion. Shows him the stiff arm. He'll be knocked out of bounds at the 29.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead.
Yeah, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have made that off-air touchdown, but because of the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
Looking for blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they'd better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game, and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
It just looked like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Got it set up on the outside. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneak the running back screen right in behind them and pick up the first.
Just will this way for a couple after the 35.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, Arizona State.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? To the air. It's Levitt. Fires to the right. And his throw is incomplete.
Man, this is an unbelievable start for this defender in this game, guy. That's already his 2nd PD in this game. Playing with his eyes, he's breaking on the ball. He just can't start a game any better.
It'll be 3rd and long. Quarterback making checks. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll try to take it back.
Make sure we change something up on the next drive. 2 possessions, 2 picks. Offensive coordinator, get the bullpen warmed up.
The give to the tailback. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
You see, this is what great defenses do. Great defenses swarm to the football. So when you do miss a tackle, it's not the end of the world. There's another guy right there to wrap him up. Great defenses seem like they got 12 guys on the field. Nice job swarming to the football, engulfing the running back.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Finds his big tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that before a short gain.
The big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver hit a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. A run for the quarterback. No more room to run as this defense rises up on 3rd down, and now it's 4th down from the 22. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. Andy's already 1 for 1, so this time he'll try to put one through from 39 yards out. That is No good. Had a chance to make this lead 20, but we're still sitting on a 17. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. He's going to run it. Gets the first himself. A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than they did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. First and 10. To the air, it's Levin. Got his man in the middle. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
It's a draw. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Sun Devils will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders to their confidence. The Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And they'll keep it away from the return man as the punt goes out of bounds. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Beck. Fires to the big fella. Just what the doctor ordered to get away from the shadow of that goalpost and pick up a first down at the 23.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
It's first down from their own 23-yard line. From the gun, the running back has it. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's solid. And good coverage by the defense. Just a short game. One more snap coming before juice boxes and orange slices. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Running into the open space. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming.
Iowa State 17, Arizona State 0.
And the Sun Devils will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Townsend. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets him to the 28. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Cyclones can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll test the right side. Across the 45. There we go. Touchdown, Cyclones! And the punishment has been extended. What an explosive eruption into the end zone of this running back.
And this back does it a lot. And it makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action, we can throw it, but it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
And they did tack on the extra point. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off.
Arizona State 0.
He'll bring it out. It's Hamilton. He took the risk, bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They've got a long road ahead of them if they want to get back into this game, but they have to get to work on this drive. Pulls it in. It's Udo.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
The Sun Devils in a good spot here with 2nd and short. From the gun, running back on the move. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
Picks up 6.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
On the play.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
Back to pass, it's Levin. Complete to the right. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
If you're trying to throw these curl routes against zone coverage, you got to have great timing. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
Looking to throw on first down. They go to the wide receiver screen. Got the completion, but nowhere to go as that defense reacted quickly.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking to fire. Snagged in the middle. It's Brown. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
This offense hasn't found the end zone yet. Starting to move, it's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Gets it out fast. Drills him with a stiff arm. He's there to make the stop, and the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Gets the back moving. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Caught behind the line. It's Brown. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. So you really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking to pass, it's Levin. Gets it out quickly. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You throw the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring 4th down right in the face.
With a double-digit deficit here in the second half, they're going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Touchdown, Arizona State! Fired in from the red zone for the score. I don't know exactly what the defensive coverage was, but it certainly wasn't part of the plan to leave him that wide open.
Well, I don't think they know what their defensive coverage was either. How do you leave that big guy open down here in the red zone? You know the quarterback loves the big tight ends in this area. Really poor job by the defense.
Why not double the try total and go for 2? They'll go to the air. He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the return will be brought down. Iowa State sending the offense back out. This lead that they've been working with has dwindled to 2 possessions, and now they'll try to find a little breathing room on this drive. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Gets it out to the 22 before going out of bounds, and they are suddenly out of trouble.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point during the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Pocket breaking down. Breaks into the open. Nice run there. Picks up a few. Now puts it out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the run. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Gives it on the option. Shoots him the sniffer. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So then getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
There's the pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
And the Cyclones come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Back to throw, it's Beck. Quarterback feeling that pressure, he's knocked down at the 42.
And how do you counteract all the speed you have in college football? You chase the quarterback and the skill position guys with faster guys. You bring in more DBs. You bring them down in the box. You get them near the line of scrimmage so they can make big plays with their fast speed in the backfield.
Going to make sure he doesn't get a return on this one as the punt bounces out of bounds.
Just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if they are going to fall back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Fires to the tight end. Stopped at about the 25-yard line, but it'll be a first down.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. That's the end of the period, and Iowa State has the lead. They built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we got here. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. will stand to the game, and we'll start with the first down. Scanning the field, it's Levin. Throws to the wideout. And they can't make the connection. I know you want to go to this guy because he's made so many plays for you, but when he's doubled, surely somebody else has a much easier play to make.
And it might not be the stud that he is, right? Like, I might not find another guy that's a baller like him, that's a playmaker, but now I got one-on-one matchups elsewhere that I got to go take advantage of. If they're going to double cover him, I'm going to take advantage of matchup somewhere else.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Caught in the backfield, it's Hamilton. And the defense had that one well covered. It's a short game there.
Screen pass just not working there. You figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Third down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. That pass not closes. He got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
You know what time it is when the defense gets that stop. 3rd down, fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Hunt is on its way. Catches it cleanly at the 20. He gets a block. Turns right down why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yardage to help out the offense. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right?
Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
The Cyclones have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Out of the shotgun, they go to ground. He is not going to get there. Stopped short of the line to gain, and it'll be 4th down.
4th down coming up.
And the Cyclones will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Plays that one perfectly. Exceptional accuracy on the punt. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive yesterday at the punt.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this run.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal. Gain of 7.
He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Yeah, and this offense, listen, we're in warp speed, right? We got to score a bunch of points here. We're down. We're trailing. We got to go fast, but we also got to get first downs. And that's a nice job sneaking in the run, getting the first down, and now we crank the tempo back up.
They'll leave it with him. Slams ahead for a yard out from the 33.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
To throw, it's Levitt. And it's his fourth interception of the night. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got this big play, and now they're in business. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
Clock continues to run, and they'll be happy to wind it all the way down before they snap it. Defense wants to bring the heat. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
3rd play of the drive, and they need to take advantage of this field position by making something happen on 3rd and long. Send the tight end in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got enough for the first.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get it done.
Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Cyclones will have it 1st and 10. Out of the gun to get to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. I'd expect we're going to get another dose of the running game at this point, even though it's 2nd and 11. Gives it to the back on the draw. That's a run ahead of the goal line.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you. Right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
And the Cyclones will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. And with things in their favor on the scoreboard, the quarterback's favorite play in the playbook. Long dual downs and victory formation. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just seem to be the case.
They didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.
Yeah, David, they just need a little bit more. They need a little bit better effort next week. They're going to need better preparation this week in practice. There's no doubt this team has a lot of talent. We just need a little bit more to ensure that this doesn't happen.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.